You hear that? Hear that siren? It's the positivity police. They're coming for you. Okay? This is actually a real siren in the background. I think it's an ambulance, but that's actually the positivity police coming for you. And I just happened to turn this video on because I got a magazine the other day. And we're gonna let it ring, because they're coming for you, okay? We're gonna let it ring. I got a magazine in my mailbox the other day from a major retail company. And on the front cover, it said, "Furniture to help you stay positive." Furniture. And I thought to myself, is furniture now how we stay positive? Is furniture the essence of our positivity? And I've been talking about it for a while, been thinking about it for a while. I have to make a video on the truth about being positive. Because you see, there's two types of positivity. Two types. One, in my view, is authentic positivity, and then the second is what I will call forced positivity, fake positivity. And there's a distinct difference in these two, and you see mostly the second. And this is one of those videos where most of you, especially if you followed my work, are gonna say, oh my God, thank God he's finally doing a video about this. This totally resonates with me. It makes so much sense, the stuff he's saying. And then some of you, probably if you haven't followed me or heard me before, are gonna get really upset. And I'm sorry, but we have to talk about this. So first and foremost, let's go about and talk about forced positivity. The kind that the positivity police enforce, as we heard earlier. Silly gimmick, right? So forced positivity is this, I call it artificial filtration system of the brain, kind of, where it's like someone forcibly dominates you into being positive, and it's like, everything must be positive. You cannot say anything that isn't positive. Oh my God, and they freak out, right? So let's walk over here for a second. So these are the kind of people that, for example, if I had fallen down and like a thorn or a nail got in my head, and I was like, there's a nail in my head, I need you to take me to the hospital. To the extreme version of forced positivity, just to give you an extreme silly example, they could say, no, you're fine. You're totally fine. Don't be so negative. You're totally fine. And I would say, no, there's a nail in my head. I need to be taken to the hospital. I'm probably going to die if I don't. We need to do something about this. So don't be so negative, okay? Now, what I'm telling you is there are real world scenarios that are, one, horrible, tragic, sad. There are people starving and dying. There are people on the streets in the United States dying and starving families. There are people who are addicted to drugs. There are people killing other people. There are people that wish to do terrorist acts and kill massive amount of people. Those are facts. That's real life. To a forcibly negative person, you're not allowed to talk about that. Now, I don't mean only talk about that. Of course, you have to embrace the other side of things, but to a forcibly negative, positive person, you're not allowed to talk about real things. You're not allowed to do that. And also, everything that comes into them has to be screened. Like, if you're having a discussion and you're talking about real life stuff, like, for example, you hang out with me, I'm not always just like spewing positive quotes and stuff, right? I'm a real person, I'm a real human being. I have real emotions. To a forced positive person, you aren't allowed to have real emotions. You're not allowed to be upset, allowed to be depressed, allowed to be anything that is the full spectrum of humanity, or they will tell you to just be positive. They will tell you it'll be fine. It's not, just enter a state of consciousness. You'll be totally fine. Don't worry about any of that. So you're not allowed to basically have emotions either. Let's go over to this bamboo and continue this discussion. Kind of a positive environment, right? So you're not allowed to have emotions. You're not allowed to talk about anything. And you have to stay positive, and if you don't, then the positivity police come after you, and they basically attack you and say you're not positive enough. So that's not really positive to me, to attack people for not being positive enough, and you're not allowed to talk about anything. So in my view, and again, a lot of people are going to love this video. Some people are going to get really mad. In my view, true positivity is understanding real life events. If I have a nail in my head, okay, I have a nail in my head, I need to address that, I need to get to the hospital, If I'm depressed about something like a loss of a family member, that's okay. I don't need to just be more positive. I don't need to pretend everything's fine in the world. I need to actually do things that change the world. I need to talk about things that are affecting the planet. I need to talk about the homeless people and the starving and dying people around the world and children. That's not being negative, it's real life. And I need to then focus on solutions and action. So I would, for example, say, if I was depressed, if a family member died or someone really insulted me deeply or left me or whatever, and I'm upset, to be truly positive is to say, okay, it's okay that I'm upset, I'm depressed, I'm pissed off, whatever. I need to work towards actually solving this though. Like I need to go out and do something, go out maybe and hang out near this awesome fountain that I built, you know, turn it on, hang out, or get into nature or go work out or something. But I'm allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be upset. And follow me on this video, I know it's a little longer than usual. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be pissed off. You're allowed to be a human being. Being actually positive is embracing all those things and saying, okay, well, let's focus on the solutions, and it's developing yourself. You know, the most positive people I know, and I am a true, real, positive person, are actually people that get pissed off sometimes, have had crazy, horrible life experiences, have PTSD of sorts, have, you know, really, really screwed up things that have happened to them, but they get past them. You can still talk about them. It's not like you're not positive if you talk about these experiences. And overall, they overcome them and have solutions for things. But the forced positive people, I find, personally, generally are unable to express themselves properly, are unable to come to terms with the events in their life that they've experienced, or the hardship, or unable to compute and process the reality of life, the dark sides of things. So the truth about positivity is, don't be a forced positive person. If for example, if you're gonna come hang out with me, you say, Anthony, you're a really positive person. Yes. And if we go and I talk about something that's negative, how dare you, like I talk about a news event that's really sad and something we should do about it, or I get upset about something, which I do often, because it's human emotion, it's real life, you can't just say, be positive, okay? It's real life. It's human emotion. Embrace your humanity. The truth about positivity is not forcing people, like calling the positivity police on people. This isn't positive enough. Oh my God, just be positive. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be fine. Understanding your emotions, understanding the situation, understanding the real life scenario. There could be a nail in my head. I have to go to the hospital. It's okay. Being positive is offering a solution and taking action and embracing the full scale of humanity. Does that make sense? Let me know what you think about this in the comments and if you agree with me. And I think most people, like I said, are going to be like, yes, this finally makes sense, because I see way too much forced positivity out there. And it's time to break the trend. And once I saw a furniture company saying, furniture to help you stay positive, I was like, all right, so, God, it's time to do this video, okay? Furniture is not going to help you stay positive. It's an internal decision, not an artificial filter where everything must be positive all the time. It's a serious internal decision for solutions, action, and realizing our human emotions are really okay and that bad things happen, but you know what? We are going to progress towards solutions and action. I'm Anthony Gucciardi, and thank you so much for watching. I know this is a longer video than usual, but if you got to this point, thank you.